Hello, everybody. Humans of the world, dogs, aliens, plants, non-affiliated living things. All right, another fat burn meal. Going Italian style this time. So we have ground beef. That is like 1 hour away from going bad, so thank God I'm finally cooking it. We've got spaghetti squash, and we've got tomato sauce. This is a San Marzano blend marinara. Am I saying it right? Marinara? I say marinara. But anyway, whole tomato sauce. And 3.5 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs. Clients out there, we want to stick with the same guidelines as we do for salad dressing. So 3, 4, or 5 grams of carbs, 3, 4, or 5 grams of fats. With this is going to equal one serving. I'm sorry, half a cup of this is going to equal one serving of veggie. We need 3 full servings of veggie, remember, okay? With the protein, we're in the 5-ounce category, but clients, again, remember that a lot of meats can be in all different categories. So it's not necessarily just 5 ounces for beef. So make sure you're double checking that guidebook, looking at the measurements, so on. This just does happen to be in the 5 ounce, so we don't have to worry about any healthy fats. So the thing that's gonna take the longest for me is gonna be this spaghetti squash. And if there's chefs out there, you're gonna laugh at the way I'm cutting this. Look, I've got a pretty good knife, and this thing's still hard to cut. So I do more of this chopping method to kind of get the ends off. But essentially what you wanna do is take a little bit, and don't ruin your knife, you know, it's not like an axe. You see, I'm just kind of lightly going after it. And you just wanna take the end off like that. So I'm gonna do the other one. All right, so I got both ends off. And then what we're gonna do is just one more measure. Don't chop your finger off here, to get air going into the spaghetti squash. Is really just kind of dig some lines into it. Really doesn't matter how many you do. You can't go too deep here because there's just no possible way you could. The spaghetti squash is so tough, uncooked. There we go. So we got some lines going in it now. And then here's the best part about this. Yeah, you can pretend you're like Gordon Ramsay and pop it in the oven for 10 days, hoping that 10 days later it's actually cooked. For me, I just pop in the microwave, all right? So I'm gonna do about 14 minutes total, 7 on each side. So I'm gonna do 7 here, and then I'm just gonna flip it, 7 here. You are gonna need oven mitts in order to flip it. All right, so if there's any pure-blooded Italians out there, maybe this is the part where you just move on to a different video, all right? But for the rest of us, this is how we're gonna make our meatballs, just with ground beef. No breadcrumbs, no egg, no anything else that you'd put into meatballs. Now, as far as flavoring, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. You can do some hot sauce to my clients out there. All of that's still in fat burn. Of course, the Cavender's Greek seasoning that you guys know about. You can put that in there as well, or just leave it plain. It's up to you guys. But I feel like I don't really need to spend much time on this if we're not really adding anything other than your desired seasonings that are approved in fat burn clients. So keep those few in mind. You just kind of make your meatballs. So we got our meatballs here. I ended up going kind of huge with them. That's fine. You can go small if you want to. It's really up to you. Honestly, small might be better, like cutting this into 4 meatballs. Just because then you got like a lot of meatballs on your dish. It might just look better for you. Me, personally, I just like it this big. Anyway, so cooking them wise, you're gonna preheat the oven to 400 about degrees and cook it anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. Really, you want it cooked inside. Here's one of the benefits of not putting any other crap in it, is just basically like a hamburger in a ball. So you could actually cook these rare, which is awesome because I love rare hamburgers. So like that's a huge plus for me. But I'm not gonna do it in the oven. I'm gonna do it in this guy because this thing is a game changer. This is the Ninja Foodie. With this, obviously, you do a little bit less temperature because the thing cooks so damn well. So I've got this already set. You see it says add food. Already set to 375. Definitely 15 minutes or less is all it's going to take to cook these. So I'm gonna pop these in. You can hear that's already preheated, and we'll go from there. All right, folks, fun part is here. So we got the spaghetti squash completely cooked. You're gonna see how much easier it is to cut this thing when it's fully cooked. All right, just like that. Now, obviously, you can see, I don't know, can you see on the camera? It's super hot, so just don't burn yourself touching it or anything like that. Most important thing you're gonna notice when you first take it out is it's gonna have like these seeds in it, almost like a pumpkin, right? I don't care what you do with the seeds, you just don't want them in it. So if you use 2 forks and you're like super, super lucky, like I just was, you'll be able to just do that. Most of the time, it's 1,000 times more complicated, like this one here, to actually get all the seeds out. It takes forever. But once you get all the seeds out, it's real simple. You just pop a fork down to anchor, and then this one and scrape. And if you've cooked it right, which this one's a little overcooked, a little more on the mushy side, but you can see how it creates noodles. You know, you got noodles. Now, if you overcook it, this one, again, little overcooked. The size of the spaghetti squash, don't ever let someone tell you that when it comes to spaghetti squash, size doesn't matter. Totally does, guys. All right, this one's got a little bit better example. You can see how it turns into spaghetti. I mean, you don't need like a tool to do it, like zucchini noodles. You need a zoodler. You don't need any of that stuff, so you just scrape it. So we've got spaghetti squash, meatballs are done, and we got our tomato sauce. So let's get down to business. Let's start plating it. Clients, remember, handy dandy food scale. We're looking for 5 ounces, and that is 5 ounces cooked weight because we know that the stuff is gonna shrink. Let me see if I got a plate here so that we can actually eat on something. I'm one of those people. I leave my plates in the dishwasher. It's cool. Anyway, so we got our plate here. Before I even turn the scale on, I'm gonna make this easy for myself. We're gonna do the veggie first, okay? So we know that spaghetti squash is 1/2 cup per serving, and we know that we need 3 servings of veggies. So I'm at least gonna do 1 full cup of spaghetti squash. All right, and I'm thinking here, do I wanna do a full 1/2 cup? Yeah, I'm gonna do a full 1/2 cup of tomato sauce, but first, we're gonna plate. So, I'm gonna turn the scale on, and that should turn on at 0. Perfect. And now, with luck, we won't have to cut a single meatball. Let's see if that's actually the case. Non-clients don't necessarily need to follow 5 ounces of the protein. You know, you want to make sure you're getting enough protein throughout the day. We follow this regimen because we know the rest of the day with the food we're getting enough protein. And 5 ounces of a beef of this type of leanness is also a pretty good amount in one serving. To not go over and kind of overfeed what the body is able to actually utilize in the immediate now. So I am cutting this meatball because we want to be kind of right on 5 ounces. Oop, that's a little bit over. We want to be not under, definitely not under. The last thing you want to do in fat burn is undereat. Everyone thinks, I should eat less, I should eat less. The less you eat, most likely, the less you lose. So there we have it. I'm gonna flip that over just so it looks a little prettier, because why not? Fat burn food can look pretty. Now we're gonna open the tomato sauce. So remember, 1/2 cup of this is 1 serving. We need 3 servings of veggies. So I'm doing a whole 1/2 cup of this. That's gonna be our 3rd serving. I did not heat it because I just opened it. So when it's like room temperature, the food alone is enough to heat it. If I were to pull it out of the fridge, I certainly would have heated it. So there we are. Let me show you guys the finished product, and then I'm gonna eat. All right, here we have it. That is 5 ounces cooked weight of meatball right there. Definitely can go smaller meatballs, a lot more of them, still stay 5 ounces. Some spaghetti squash right below it. and tomato sauce. So if this meal is looking mighty fine to you, if you're saying to yourself, damn, I could eat that while I burn body fat, then hey, you know who to reach out to. Talk to you soon.